You have also written some guiding principles accompanying the Martech Manifesto, and there you argue that we should forget about RFIs, RFPs, and POCs, and instead focus on MVPs. I know that that's a mouthful of abbreviations, so could you please explain what you mean by it?
I love TLAs, 3-letter acronyms.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was intentional from my side there.
Yes, MVP is the minimal viable product. It's something that people in the startup world use just to make sure that they have the minimal required stuff to generate value for the customer, the customer experience, and make sure it's working. And this also is based on the agile principles and also on change management principles. I love the book called Switch, which is written by the authors of Made to Stick. And that really says shrink change. Don't make it too big. Now, if we go to the RFIs and the RFPs and what have you, what I often experience, and please correct me if you see different things happening, but in the past 10 years, what I've seen is that people still request me, Frans, do you have an RFI for CDPs or CRMs or social publishing or data dashboard? And I go like, why would you need an RFI for that? I mean, it's random. It was specific to my customer with their problem and with their task at hand, as you named it.
Yeah.
So how could it possibly be serving you? I mean, maybe totally different features are important for your business model. So the RFI often I see is a collection of RFIs that we found around the company or in our network. And then we ask the software vendors, can you comply with this? And, you know, it's wasting the time of the software vendors because they really think this is it. And of course, it's much more than this. So there are so many customers that really rank it and create a Moscow. But if you really, I turn it around. I always ask, if we don't have this feature, will our business break down? And that's a fundamental question. If you ask, will it break down? Then we really need it. And all too often I see people saying, well, I think we need it, which is basically, it would be really nice that we have it and it would boost our performance and probably we need it in 5 years because it's trending. I'm just making it up. I've been in many of those conversations and I said, no, today, would it break your business today if we don't have it? I don't, because that's the only question with which you can find out these are the core functionalities. And then you have it. And then you start looking at, great, if these are the core functionalities, who is benefiting? And there we go. Front-end user, customer experience, admin, who? You know? And then suddenly this long list of, I don't know, 150, 200 line items on your RFI, suddenly 50 or 40 are extremely important. Okay, cool. Now we're there. And then you focus on that. And and then during the demos, you can save a lot of time. You can focus on those things. And if they're extras, great, but don't focus on it.
What would you say to those of our viewers that are looking to ramp up their Martech game and build a leaner, meaner Martech stack?
I would say try a new tool every week for just 30 minutes. Regardless if you need that tool, just follow your curiosity. And what will happen is that you very quickly will learn, I get the hang of this tool, but also I don't understand this tool. And just let's be open about that, because even me, I sometimes don't understand the tool. I don't know where they're heading. Yeah. And it can be me, but it's not always me. And if you talk about customer experience, and intuitiveness of a tool, the tool should basically guide me and say, hey, this is the main street. This is the main click path in our tool, meaning this is the most important task you can fulfill with our tool. And that should be clear. Those are the 3 clicks you do on a 80% basis. So we just spoke. We just spoke about the the 50 line items of your RFI that really matter as opposed to the 200. If you just use those, and normally you can group them. So it's like maybe fulfilling a specific task, processing leads, or bulk edit, or what have you. It's something you do on a regular basis, and just go with that task into such a tool and try to figure out how it works. Just only that. Because if you do that, you will easily understand if this tool is helping you, supporting you intuitively. So that says how well designed it is, and you quickly can work with it. And that's giving you the self-confidence you need as a marketer, because I see too many marketers, digital marketers, not having the self-confidence to deal with Martech. Not yet. There are too many tools and they just back off. But with the 30 minutes on a weekly basis, you will gain that self-confidence and understand that if a tool works for you, and also have the guts to say it's not doing the trick. Maybe it's a good tool, but not for us.
But I mean, I've been thinking of doing that myself, but the thing is that I tend to stop because they don't have any free version. There's no, how can I most easily find the free versions that allow you to download, install, and then just, look around, or maybe not download and install if there's even if they are cloud-based. How, any advice on finding the freemium tools?
I would use review sites for that. So G2 or Get App or Capterra, you can find a category that you found a specific tool. Mm-hmm. Maybe that one is not giving you the opportunity and the possibility to try it out for free. Find similar ones in the category and find maybe an opportunity to test that one. Me myself, we and you helped us with that. We have done the European landscape, so I have a whole list, and I know which ones are free, and so that's how I do it. So I'm cheating. Sorry for that.
Well, yeah. You need to have some perks, right?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah. Do you have a good example of like a success story from from your own experience, or any clients that you've worked with regarding doing that, learning Martech tools that way?
Yeah, two different examples. One is individual and one is by group. The individual one is that I do these Martech Academy classes, and then empower people to, figure out what they need, and then, look if it's out there and test their way through. And those people now are providing me on a weekly basis with new tools, for the European landscape. So they're really, familiar and feeling confident. That's a good sign. Yeah. The other one is on a group level. So with clients, what I do is then, if we figured out what is really core functionality, we don't have that, stuff will break down. Or this new plan that we want to achieve, the new goal, we can't, materialize it. So if you know this, what I do is I organize, normally on premise, one day where the different stakeholders, front-end users, back-end users, admins, and who have you, come in, and I say, so can you figure out in these tools if it really works? How would you do this? So, like, I don't know, user rights, setting up roles, or setting up a campaign, uploading, exporting, integrating specific tasks. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice because people walk in and out. It's a stackathon, how we call it. So they walk in and out, play around, and they very quickly, they come in shaky, like, I'm not sure, I'm not so technical, I have no clue. And then they walk out, they go like, that tool, no, that was really cool, but it didn't do this. And then suddenly they're the expert in just, an hour. And that's what I like.
That sounds great. I would love to take to do a stackathon one day.
Yeah, it's a great vibe always, and it gives answers. And the most important thing about software selections is, do we have the arguments in place to adopt a tool and select one, or even to disqualify one? Not disqualifying it as a tool like it doesn't work. No, it's like it doesn't work for us. I get the question many times, what is the best automation tool, or what is the best social? I don't know. What is your business case? What is your goal? Then I can tell you. So, and with that, if you have your goal, then you can find the arguments to say, okay, we're doing this, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I often find it difficult to. We have talked with, or I've talked with vendors, and trying to find out what the tool does, what it does, because it's not that easy to find out on their website, and they don't have a freemium, but it sounds really promising, and trying to so what can it do for us? And I feel like there sometimes so what are your needs? But that is not my question. My needs is this or that, but the I feel that it should be easy for at least most vendors to actually just tell what this tool does. But I hear what you say, and then I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm wrong by thinking that.
The question they ask is, what do you need, is a very good one. And that's what is the task at hand, as you said before. What is your task at hand? What are you trying to solve? And when are you happy? When seriously happy as a human, but also maybe in a company or business perspective. When is your manager happy? When is the company benefiting? Those are the first questions you need to answer. And then you can tell them, this is what I really need. I've been in a software selection where I said, dear software vendor, can you switch off all those buttons? I just need these 3, because that's 80% of my time, and the rest is just distracting people, onboarding, etc. So, but you need to know what is your need, and then it's easy to answer. And also for software vendor, it's easy to help you out. And then it will say, hey, did you think of this? Because that client came up, and then it can even, improve maybe your needs.
Yeah, I kind of realized that I have been talking to more than one vendor kind of prematurely, because going there asking what the tool can do, but really not able to answer what we want to have done. So what we need.
Fair enough. You can go to a vendor and say, what is it you do? Because it's, like a customer data platform is for many people completely new. What is it they do? And, like I do, they do 3 things. They listen, they analyze, and they talk back. Many of those do only 2 out of 3. So what is it you're doing, and how are you doing it? Because there are many techniques, and it's really developing. It's not completely a matured market yet. CDP. So it's fair enough you ask them, but then don't see it as a software selection. See it as educating yourself, and then also try the free versions, because you and we have done some free versions in the CDP area as well. I remember some time ago, and that helps. But that's to educate yourself. But that also helps to formulate. Okay, if this is what it does, then this is what I need. But then you're still a bit gadget and technology driven, Maybe turn it around. What is it your company needs? What if you don't do it? What will break down? And I'm not talking about today only, but it's also about the future. So in many cases, when I help out with software selections, I always ask, where will you be in 3 to 5 years? And they give me the plan, and then I can plot their stack on it.
So Frans, I mean, thank you very much. This has been a really learning Martech talk with you, and I really hope that you would like to come back to the show at another time. And I think that was it for today. Thank you.
Pleasure was all mine, and please keep contributing to the Martech tribe.
Will do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.